Todd Miller with the Dario Strings. Welcome back to Guitar 101. This is lesson 7. We're going to build on our previous lesson of reading tablature, and we're going to play a blues in A, and it's written in tablature. Okay, the blues is a great vehicle for jamming with other musicians. Lots of musicians, especially guitar players, know how to play the blues. So when you get a chance to jam with somebody else, see if they know a blues in A, and you guys can do some playing together. Okay, let's look at our diagram here for the blues in A. You already know how the basics of tab work. Okay, we've got individual measures like we did in some of our other music. Okay, and typically each measure is going to be 4 beats of music. This one doesn't have a time signature, but that's kind of the standard. Most music is in groups of 4 for our purposes, especially now. Most stuff's going to be in 4/4 time. Okay, and so this one has actually measure numbers, and then we've got our beginning repeat and ending repeat. So we're going to go through the entire piece and repeat it over and over again. It's a form where we play the same pattern over and over again. So the next thing to look at here is the actual tablature. We've got groups of numbers stacked on top of each other, so that means we're going to play those together. So this example, everything is what we call chords, basically little 2-note chords. Also, on top, we've got chord symbols. You'll see this a lot. This was kind of like what we did in our previous lesson, Stand By Me. So one of the fun things about this particular chart is one guitar player could play the tablature like it's written. Another guitar player could strum a rhythm pattern using the chord symbols and some open chords on top. So if you take a look and analyze the first line of music, you'll notice that each measure is exactly the same. So once you get measure 1, you've got measure 2, 3, and 4 also. You'll also notice that each measure has open A going for every group. So you're playing open A, and you're moving around on the D string on the 2nd, 4th, and 5th fret. So this looks like another good example to play in 2nd position. So my first finger is going to be on 2nd fret, and I'm going to try to keep a nice steady tempo and play that pattern. So it goes 2, 4, 5, 4. Second measure is the same thing. Notice how I'm playing the open A, I'm brushing across both strings with my right hand. Just a nice gentle stroke with my right hand, I'm doing all down strings. I think that was 4 times. So if we look at the second line of music, we've got these 2 D7 chords. If you look closely, you'll notice they're the exact same thing as our A7, except we've moved to the middle pair of strings. So I'm doing the exact same pattern, but I've just moved it to a new location. So let's play the next 2 measures of music. The next 2 measures are right where we started. It's the same 2 measures we started with, so 2 measures of A again. The last line of music, we have 1 measure of E, okay, this E7 chord, and it's once again the same pattern, but we've moved it to the bottom 2 strings. Then we do the pattern back on D to the middle strings, and then we finally end back on the A pattern, starting with the open A string ringing, and then we have new material for the very last measure. So let's play that very last line. E, to our D, and back to A, measure of music. We call that the tag or the turnaround, and then that turns us back around and we start the pattern over. You might have noticed that the A7 shape, or the A shape, I've called it both things, has an open A string in it. That's one of the reasons it's called an A chord or an A7 chord. The D chord has the open D, and the E chord has the open E. So you'll see that kind of correlation a lot. Those are kind of simple versions of some open chords that you may have learned at this point. A, D, and E chords. Okay? So your whole blues, keeping the rhythm nice and straight, would sound something like this. Okay, so that gets you started on playing some blues. So hope you get a chance to practice this. So work hard, and thanks for watching.